Hi everyone, I'm Sonia Weaver and welcome to Deals with Bob, where we're building the bridge to the community to Bob and Bob, Black-owned businesses, to the community. This will be a very brief video, but part 2 of my series featuring Eva Butter, which is the hair care products I use in my hair, but taking you from my wash day, from washing all the way to setting. So in this section, I am doing the stretching and detangling portion of my wash day routine. And for this portion, I'm using the Eva Butter Genesis. Now, the Genesis products allows me to do the stretching without creating heat damage to my hair. So what it does is it's going to retain the moisture from after just conditioning it and rinsing the conditioner out. So I have the natural moisture in my hair currently. The Genesis products kind of has a shea butter or another kind of butter consistency. So it smells very good too. So what that does is it will add some moisture, but it will also lock in the current moisture that I have in my hair. And I use and pay a special attention to my ends during this process. So I do work in sections when I do this. And as you can see, remember, this is a twist. It was twisted at the beginning of my wash. I don't take my twist down into this part of the process, the stretching process. And I'm very, very gentle going from the end to the top and just unraveling it. And what I do is I keep them in these two twists, take some of the Genesis, just a fingertip amount, and I start on my ends and I just lightly work up to the top of my hair and just rub the Genesis through. Again, a little fingertip amount, starting at my ends, putting most of it on my ends actually, and working my way up through the top. Then I just kind of glide it all the way through, and I'm pulling it as straight as I can when I'm doing this. Because what I'm about to do is I'm about to stretch it. Yes, adding heat. I know most naturals don't add heat, but I don't put a comb through my hair directly. I do set it on a lower temperature. I do set it on a lower temperature and I hold it away from it and I just work through. So I'm going to show you just one strand of how I do that. Hi everyone, I'm back. So as you can see now, it has been stretched and it is dry. And for the detangle process, I do just that. I go through section by section, pulling apart my strands and, oops, sorry, hit the camera, and detangling them. Now for me, obviously, this is the best way for me to have retention of my hair. Now I know there's the controversy of no heat, and I understand those who feel the way that they don't want any heat in their hair. And I tried it, and it did not bring me any added benefits or increase my hair retention. So again, I had to listen to what my hair was saying. Whenever I was manipulating it and, you know, using that spray bottle, adding the moisture and doing those things, as I was going through it, detangling it, it was always strands of hair in my hair. So I had to think back on what worked best for my hair and what it likes most. And for me, stretched hair is easier to detangle. I don't get the coiling of the hair, coiling it in itself. And as you can see, I am through the detangle process, and out of that came, probably can't even see it on camera, came a couple strands of hair. Now at the complete end of this process, I'm going to then show you the total amount of hair that was lost in this process. But again, because I am not using a comb, I am not placing the blow dryer directly onto my hair. I am using a heat protectant before I start the process, and I am setting it on a lower setting to stretch dry it. I have not seen the results of any heat damage during this process. I've completed the stretching process through most areas of my hair with the exception of this one last strand. I wanted to walk through again quickly on how I do the process. And again, I have not noticed any heat damage or any negative impact done to my hair as a result of starting this process. So again, I take some of the Ever Butter Genesis, a little bit on my fingers, and I concentrate going on my ends up through the top of the hair. And I'm going to unravel it at the bottom slowly as not to have any breakage in this process. Again, this is what I was referring to about my hair being so coily. So imagine if it was loose, it would be really intertwined with itself, far more so than just this little twisted part. These strands would be intertwined. So I'm gonna clip this so you can get a better view. So this is the last piece that I'll be working on. And again, I stretch a taunt and begin to dry. There. So once it gets stretched, then I go through and detangle. And as you can see, the detangling process is a lot easier. It even takes not as long, even when I was just separating the twist initially. And I just pull my fingers through from the root and pull it through. And I never really have a need to comb. I only do finger detangling after it's stretched. And then I take it and put it back into a 2-strand twist. And doing this just pretty much gets my hair prepared for part 3, which is the moisturizing and setting of my twist out. So this again has been my stretching and detangling process. I have not seen any damage as far as heat damage from using the blow dryer on my hair. It has actually helped with hair retention, and from washing and detangling, this is the amount of hair that was lost in the process compared to other size hair balls that I used to have when I didn't use heat at all. So it is really over half the amount that I was able to retain using this new method. So I hope this has been helpful for you. And I'm going to be back soon to tell you part 3, which is really simple. The last step, which will be the setting and the moisturizing of my hair. So until then, I'm Sonia Weaver. I encourage you to spin with purpose and deal with Bob.